Not all video game villains are equally well done. Some are forgettable, some are just annoying, but then there are the ones who linger in your mind long after the credits roll. The villains whose actions just make your skin crawl. They aren't just evil, they're truly terrible people. Today we're going to dive into some of the worst villains in video game history. And by worst, I mean really terrible, awful people. Before we start, I want to provide a content warning. Some of the characters that we're going to cover together commit really violent and disturbing acts. I won't be going into graphic detail, but some of these topics may still be upsetting. Please take care while watching and take this into consideration when deciding when and how you want to view this video. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the Illusive Man from the Mass Effect series. The Illusive Man is guided by relentless ambition. Every choice he makes is calculated and centered on one purpose: elevating humanity above all other species in the galaxy. In an attempt to achieve this goal, the Illusive Man established Cerberus, a pro-human organization with a very disturbing legacy, which includes unethical experiments and outright terrorism.
I think I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren, some kind of pro-human splinter group, right?
The Illusive Man sees morality as nothing more than an obstacle in the way of quote-unquote progress, and stands behind the actions of Cerberus no matter how bad. Manipulative, merciless, and completely without restraint, the Illusive Man is so terrifying because he truly believes what he's doing is the right thing, no matter how many lives he destroys along the way. The amount of power that he has, combined with his quest to put humans above all others, makes him a very dangerous enemy. Next is David from The Last of Us. On the surface, David is calm and charismatic, even appearing reasonable at times. But beneath that facade lies the leader of a community built on deception, coercion, and cannibalism. David appears to take pleasure in violating and controlling others, which is especially apparent in how he wields emotional manipulation. David preys on the desperate and vulnerable, twisting their need for safety into something horrific and something that he can control. For Ellie, David is the personification of a predator in all ways. He is methodical, relentless, and disturbingly fixated on her.
Convince him of what?
That you can come around. You have heart. You're loyal. And you're special.
David is one of the most chilling villains in modern gaming, not just because he is monstrous, but because he hides his evil behind the persona of an ally or someone who is allegedly just trying to help. Next is Micah Bell from Red Dead Redemption 2. From what we can gather about Micah Bell through the story of Red Dead Redemption 2, he's lived a life fueled by greed, violence, and betrayal. Micah hurts others not just to survive, but because he enjoys the chaos. Violence appears to be a form of entertainment for him that he is more than happy to engage in. Betrayal is also something that he is all too familiar with because, at the end of the day, Micah is loyal to no one other than himself. Micah is the type of villain who leaves disaster in his wake simply because he can. Collateral damage means absolutely nothing to him. This is what makes him so memorable. He's not a criminal mastermind or even especially complicated as a character, he's just simply pure evil. Up next is Dr. Harlan Fontaine from Noire. Dr. Harlan Fontaine hides behind a mask of professionalism. He presents himself as a calm, well-respected psychologist with a soothing voice and a welcoming office.
Can I be honest with you, Doctor?
I would hope so, Courtney.
But underneath this mask lies a calculating manipulator with no regard for human life. Harlan orchestrates criminal operations through his office and uses his professional training and access to medications to exploit his patients and community. His crimes are many, including murder. What makes Harlan so terrifying is how easily and quickly he can switch between the roles of a trusted authority figure and a master manipulator. It's obvious that Harlan has found a lucrative and increasingly high-stakes way to weaponize his position and his intelligence. Let's talk about Cook from Fallout New Vegas. This is a very disturbing character who I can really only talk about pretty vaguely, just a heads up. In a world that's already packed with brutality, Cook still managed to stand out as one of the Mojave's more disturbing monsters. His actions are so horrific that even hardened wasteland raiders are disturbed by him. He doesn't kill for survival or strategy, he simply kills for pleasure. His cruelty is relentless, senseless, and very, very disturbing. Cook is the kind of villain whose evil defies explanation. Even his actions are so vile that the title of a monster feels entirely insufficient. You can encounter survivors of Cook and take on a quest to kill him to bring some kind of peace and justice to them. It's obvious that Cook has greatly harmed many people, and still it doesn't feel like enough to kill him, but it's something. Let's move on to Vitalis Bénévent from Plague Tale Innocence. Vitalis is entirely consumed by an obsession with power. As the leader of the Inquisition, Vitalis is willing to sacrifice anyone and anything to reshape the world according to his vision. His fixation on Hugo and the Prima Macula demonstrates the horrifying lengths he is willing to go to in order to achieve his vision. To Vitalis, human lives are expendable tools to be used for experiments, manipulation, or simply murder.
Where is he? I won't ask again. Where is your son?
Each life is a brick in the path leading him to the new world that he wants to build. Vitalis lacks empathy, he lacks restraint, and he will not hesitate to do what he feels necessary to advance his vision. Vitalis is ruthless, calculating, and unyielding, blind to anyone or anything else. Now let's talk about Remy Duvall from Mafia 3. In public, Remy Duvall is polished and influential, a radio host and businessman who uses every word out of his mouth to try to sway opinions. Behind closed doors, Remy is the leader of the Southern Union, a violent white supremacist group responsible for human trafficking, assaults, and murder. Every speech that he gives and every lie that he broadcasts is designed to spread hate and tighten his grip on the people that he manipulates. Remy isn't simply an evil villain. He is an evil individual who thrives on oppression, violence, and fear, making him one of the most disturbing villains in the Mafia series and an entirely unredeemable character. After all that intensity, I want to lighten the mood a little bit and talk about Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. Tom Nook, depending on who you ask, is either a very generous character willing to give you a fresh start, or a really friendly loan shark. Tom welcomes you to your new island and he offers you some land and, surprise, a ton of debt. And just when you finish paying it off, he'll be happy to encourage you to upgrade and upgrade some more and upgrade some more, all for some more debt, of course. Okay, so maybe he isn't evil, but he is basically a cute representation of capitalism, and for that, he's gotta at least get a little shade. So there you have it. A few video game villains who have stuck with me over the years because of how evil and disturbing I found them to be. Who do you think is the worst, most terrible villain in gaming? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.